recognition was mine, mine, illuminated, illuminated, a kind of beauty, beauty from within. Seeing from within. Midnight, feather, wisdom. Raven eyes, raven eyes, spiritual eyes. See through matrix lies, worldly lies. Intuition, seeing from within. Spiritual sight, spiritual vision, illuminated mind.
Take it to the
In the matrix and no syphilis. No long, no movies on repeat. Just say no to slow defeats. Truth and Tigger. Yo, Truth and Tigger. Yo, niggas. Truth and Tigger. It's truth or time. Take a time. Take a time. Yeah, boy. You feel me? Take it home. Take it home. What you don't know will hurt you. How? Take it home. Ravens and crows. Ravens and crows. Ravens and crows. Ravens and crows. Fucking demons and zombies. You are not free. You will never see beyond here. This is a hell realm. This is a hell realm. This is a hell realm.
You've been feeling it in your gut. You've got a decision to make, and you have to choose. You recognize now that not choosing is still a choice, but you don't want to not choose anymore because you spent a lot of years in passivity, just waiting for things to align. Somewhere along the way, you started to understand and realize that you are the alignment you've been waiting for. But this moment, this is kind of a scary one. And I understand, because I'm scared too. There are some decisions that we make that we can't take back. Because once you make it, that's the story you wrote.
The beginning is near. The beginning is near. The beginning is near.
Intuition. Recognition. Awareness. A mind. A mind.
Sound of the drum
Pound the drums.
all night long. Viking strong,
Viking strong. Viking magic. Viking magic.
Feel energy! We fight, we say, we journey!
Viking strength.
We explore! We see inner eye! Seeing within! Real energy!
Viking strong, all night long, pounding the drums.
We fight! We see!
Real energy. Viking strong, choose freedom. Choose wisely. Viking strong,
Eternity!
roasting cockroaches on an open fire. The skies filled with crows soaring higher and higher. My ravens stand watchful on guard in a realm filled with dirty liars. I love my ravens and crows. I love my people. I love my people. I love my people.
Ravens and crows! Ravens and crows! Ravens and crows. Ravens and crows. With zombies and demons. We disperse. We disperse. Dispose of them. Dispose of them. Roast them. Burn in hell. Burn. 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 Burn! Ravens scream in the blood-red sky. Shadows crawling where the dead men lie. Axes sing, oh the steel don't lie. Thunder cracks, his name's the cry. The king is here, the king is here.
Hello.
Blazing nothing to
Hello.
the storm draws near. Bow or bleed, the choice is clear. After rides the howling gale. Waves of fury, shields like scales. Bones break under the hammer's tail. Flesh and fear, both frail. The king is here, the king is here. Ravens feast, the end is near. The king is here, the storm is clear. Kneel in ashes, taste the spear. Crown of iron, dripping flame, carved by war, etched with pain. Ravens rise, they call his name. The king is here, forever reign. The king is here, forever reign. Forever reign. Forever
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to the show. This is El Diablo Radio International, the greatest show in hell. Nobody does it better. Nobody. Hello to RI. Hello, Traders World. Hello to TG. And hello to the lurkers tuned in that have not said anything in the chat room. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye. I say hello. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. It is good to have you here. I posted some new videos earlier. What do we have here? Over here. Here. Judge men by their cars. Karen crashes out. So this Karen judges men by their cars. This is what we've come down to in Western society. Women making videos in their cars and posting them on YouTube when they hate men and they're lonely and alone. You can't make this shit up. It's too much. It's too much.
Ladies in your 40s, a quick way to vet the men in your life before you end up dating them and regretting it is, what car does he drive? If he drives a completely unsensible car, you don't want that man in your life. If he drives some big lifted thing that's totally unnecessary for his lifestyle, you don't want that man in your life, even a little bit lifted. If it's lifted for no practical purpose, oh, I go off-roading, and he doesn't actually go off-roading, you do not want that man in your life. If it's obscenely small for no good reason, you don't want that man in your life. If it is super fast and expensive, you don't want that man in your life. If it can go faster than the average car for some reason, you don't want that man in your life. If it's noisy and loud, if it's an inordinately loud car, you don't want that man in your life. If it's just really, really expensive, you don't want that man in your life. And if he's like, oh, but this is the car I could afford. I couldn't afford what would actually be sensible and practical and efficient and good for the environment, you don't want that man in your life.
What? What are you talking about, Karen? You don't want a man in your life. You want boxed wine and more cats. Oh, burn. Boxed wine and more cats. That was an easy one. Now, what do we have here? Just a second, everyone. I want to share this new one with you, especially this one. Well, I'll share both of these, actually. This one, there's a couple of these with this Uncle Fester creature. Creepy creature.
Praising Jesus, and I switch to the next channel and I see somebody sitting there with their flower print pants on and incense, and they're saying, oh, everything's love and light, and this is a school. And then I switch to the next channel and you got this motherfucker sitting here going, oh, I'm chilling. Ooh. And it's literally from retard channel 1 to retard channel 2 to retard channel 3 to one group of delusional fucking retards from another group of fucking delusional retards to the last group of fucking delusional retards. It's like, oh, humanity's a bunch of delusional fucking retards. No wonder reality's fucked up.
So he blames humans. He blames humans for reality being fucked up. It's all just on humans. He's similar to Jack Talcott. But at the same time, he says we're video game characters and we're being played by creatures or aliens with joysticks or controllers like a Nintendo game or a fucking old Atari 2600 game. That's what he claims. So which is it, Chris? Chrissy, you contradict yourself. Are we just video game characters with no free will, no control, or is it our fault? Did I design this Rome? No. Did I create earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, 10,000 diseases, life eating life? No, it's not my design. So how's he blaming humans for everything? He's saying no wonder we have a fucked up reality. Well, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways, Chrissy boy.
And there's videos of my backyard. Like, we live on the water here. We're surrounded by water. And we get manatees all the time. We get tons of wildlife, but never seen a dolphin. And about 3 days ago, there were 4 fucking huge dolphins in our backyard, like swimming fast as fuck. My neighbor ended up catching the tail end of them leaving on his cell phone. I was like, man, really? There were dolphins back here? Man, I would have definitely jumped in there and swam. They probably would have grabbed me up and started injecting oxygen into my brain and going, Chris, we're going to.
Well, your brain is low in oxygen, so they would have been helping you. Your brain is low in oxygen.
Take you to the dolphin cave where we're going to show you the secrets of humanity. Oh my God, dude, just more delusional.
Dolphin Jesus is going to get you. Dolphin Jesus rules. There you go. He got a surprise visit right to his back door from Dolphin Jesus. He's haunted by Dolphin Jesus. I told you, Dolphin Jesus can reach out and touch people. So can my ravens and crows. When you're awake and when you're asleep. Some people have noticed ravens come right up to them. And they're at first they're confused. And then they realize what's going on. They're starting to realize that they're in a magical system. They're starting to realize reality's not what they've been told. Reality's a lot more like the way I've been describing it than the way your teachers taught you and your mainstream media and your local news and fucking CNN and your government and your bankers and everybody in media and Hollywood and celebrities and everyone, your family and your churches, your fucking religions, your mind control, all the shit that you have in your heads is wrong. And people are starting to learn, yeah, they taught us wrong. They had you believing bullshit. And I'm showing you real truth of how this place actually works. Hello, Anthony. Good to see you. You're in a magical place. You're supposed to be a magical being, not a slave. But most in this realm behave like slaves. And I think they prefer it. And this is something that baffles people. Because immediately they get their backs up and say, oh, no, they don't, Stephen. Everyone wants freedom. Everyone's the same. Everyone wants this. No, they don't. Their behavior shows me otherwise. Some of you would defend, some, maybe not my regulars, but some on my channel would defend absolute moronic zombies if I offered them a beautiful free meal and they're homeless and they'd push it away and turn up their nose and snub me and say, I don't want that. So be it. Go eat out of a dumpster, a garbage can, or I see people checking garbage cans that are homeless. I'm not kidding. They're checking just garbage cans out in front of hotels or just public bins, garbage bins, trash bins out there that are for the city or picked up by the city, not somebody's trash in front of their home. And I've seen homeless people reach right into those, thinking they might pull out a sandwich or something. I don't know what they're looking for, but I've seen it. Now, some people would see a homeless person. I could offer them a gorgeous free meal and they'd turn it down. And some on my channel, I would bet money, would defend the homeless person and say it's not their fault. And that's the way humans, I think you're wired that way. And I've observed you for a long time, for decades. People. I think most people are wired that way. There's also programming going on, but there's also something in humans that they love to reject the truth. It somehow makes many of you, not all of you, but many of you feel good. It gives you that superiority feeling, like I'm not gonna listen to Stephen. Even if it is true, even if I see him offering a meal to a homeless bum and the homeless bum turn it down and get an attitude and be an asshole, and I would call them an asshole. I'd say, you're an asshole then. I'm never helping you again. I'd say that. I'd be honest. And some of you would feel sorry for the bum and say, oh, Stephen's mean, or the homeless person, it's not their fault. And that's what I see in this realm, is people defend the ones that don't deserve any help, even worse than a homeless bum turning down a free meal and digging through trash, would be a child abuser. And I've seen some of you humans, not you personally, but humans defend child abusers in this fucking realm. And they knew it was a child abuser. And they defended the child abuser and grabbed me. 4 people grabbed my arms because they wanted to stop me from punching the teeth out of a child abuser. And they protected the abuser and held me back. 4 people, 2 on each arm, grabbing, holding, putting all their body weight in my arms to try to hold me back. And letting the child abuser take free punches and kicks at me. I've seen it, so I'm not surprised. Now, I'm not saying just because I saw that everyone on earth does that. I'm not a dummy. I realize it's more complicated than that. I can't write off everyone and say everyone would do that. But I know some do because they already have. And I know they would again. And then they make the excuse, you were going to hurt the abuser. They said, we had to stop you. You could have hurt him really bad. Well, you let the abuser abuse a child, and then you let the abuser kick at me, and the abuser never got kicked or punched or anything. And that's the justice, or so-called justice, of Hell Realm. And this happened many years ago. I was very young. I was a teenager when that happened. And I would have beat the shit out of that adult. I was around 16 or 17. And I would have put that abuser right through a wall if I had to. Now, I wouldn't have murdered them, but I would have beat the shit out of them. For sure. For sure. That was what I was going to do. And most people defend the abusers. Now, if I was in a good realm full of intelligent beings, aware, conscious beings, I'd never have to explain it. I'd never have to explain once and tell people it's wrong to defend child abusers. But in this realm, things are so warped that most people, I would bet, would be standing with the child abuser. A lot of you in this realm think that the child abusers and murderers get too many years if they get sentenced to 20 years in prison. You have no idea how harsh I would be on them. You just don't know. You don't know, which is why I know that most in this realm are going to have the rude awakening, because you have no idea what I mean by no mercy for demons. Because many of you have gone lifetimes here, more than a lifetime, defending demons. And some of you say, I didn't know, Stephen. You're full of excuses rather than saying, I've got to change. I've got to change who I support and what I side with. I got to stop crying for demons and siding with Team Evil and child abusers and child killers and sex offenders and all the shit that people have stood with. Some of you for lifetimes. And you'll say you didn't know. Well, you supported politicians. You supported bankers, billionaires. You're supporting royal families in England and the UK. Millions of people support absolute psychos. You're supporting demons. And there's rare few in this realm like me standing up saying it. Not just telling you they're demons, but I'm telling you, you're supporting fucking demons. I'm calling out your behavior. Anybody can point to the top of the pyramid and say, oh yeah, those Rothschilds are evil and they're a rotten family. Yeah, no kidding. That's obvious. But I'm pointing at the middle of the pyramid and the bottom and the lowest rungs of the pyramid, the lowest tiers, and saying you're supporting evil. I'm calling you out all the way to the gutters of the pyramid at the very bottom. I don't see anyone else doing that on other channels. And I've been doing that for decades now, long before YouTube, long before this. So if you're supporting demons, you're lying to yourself if you think you're just going to get out of here. Because some of you had this false idea in your heads. I think you got it from other channels. You certainly didn't get it from me, that you can be an immoral piece of shit and get out of this realm and just find an exit door. You think it's about knowledge and gnosis, and it doesn't have to do anything with what you've supported here. It doesn't work that way. I've told you many times, evil is not getting out of here. You stand with demons and cry for them and stand and protect them and defend them. You belong here. So it's about time that you stand against evil. You're going to have to choose sides. As much as some of you liars say, I don't want to choose sides. This isn't about winning and losing. This isn't about good versus evil. This isn't about siding. I'm not going to side with Stephen. Go ahead. You're on Team Evil then. That's the way I'll see you. It's that cut and dried. And some of you don't like it. Go ahead. Go to the shit channels. Follow them. Crawl up their ass and crawl up Talcott's ass or wherever. Polly's ass or any of these rebellious meth puppet, any of these demons on YouTube. There's dozens and there's more than dozens. There's thousands, possibly millions on here that you have to choose from. A lot of people don't like that choice. Now that tells me you're weak. If you can't stand against evil and choose to be on the side of truth, exposing evil, then what are you? Why would I want you near me for eternity? If you're defending evil child abusers and sickos in this realm, you actually believe that I want you around me for eternity? I don't want you around me here in a human meat suit in this hell realm. I definitely don't want you bespoiling heaven or paradise realms, whatever you want to call it. Realms far better than this. And you would go in there because you're already immoral. You're trash spiritually if you support the trash here. So a lot of you are stopping short of calling demons demons and seeing them as demons. And I don't just think that's a blind spot on your part. I think it's an indicator, at least to me, of what you are. So is it possible for you to change? I think so, with some. You can do the work and start really observing evil and pondering it in your mind, not just truth or talking points, but saying to yourself, why is he calling them evil? Start really listening to what I'm saying and say, oh, why is Stephen calling them evil? Why is he calling them demons? I'm calling them that because they are that. And some of you don't see that yet. And I'm aware of it. I can be aware of that from thousands of miles away. I don't have to be face to face to see that some people stop really short. And some of you just cling to your programming. You just like, and that's on you. If you're sitting here thinking I'm talking about the fucking Bible, you're a retard. Because I don't mention the Bible at all when I'm talking about demons. If the Bible didn't exist, I'd still be talking about demons. So some of you better drop your little Christianity and your biblical programming. Because I'm not talking about the shit that you heard in church. I'm not your priest. I'm not your pastor. I'm not going by your Freemasonic Bible. You better start thinking a little bit more and drop your programming. How long are you going to cling to that programming? Till you're 80 years old? 90? That's what I wonder with some people. Because they sit here and they don't know what I'm talking about. And they jump to these idiotic conclusions. Like I'm a Christian or something. Almost every Christian in this world defends evil. I stand against Christians. I'm not for evil. They are, for the most part. They bow to every agenda, including LGBT and everything else. What don't they bow to? In the end, you're going to have to make a decision. And I would say, if you don't want to make a decision, and if you're too weak to make a decision, stand against evil, against Team Evil, then you belong here. Why would any good spirit want you out of here with them? You can't even stand against evil. You can't even call evil evil. You can't call demons demons. So why do you deserve out of here at that point? You might not be doing the evil acts or deeds that they're doing, but you're defending them. Because you're too cowardly to even call them what they are. The gate is narrow. When I made that video talking about the gate is narrow and the song, I'm not joking. I'm not just trying to be artistic or creative. I'm showing you something through music. I'm showing you something. Now, are these other channels really showing you something? Or are they just going by truth or talking points that they've heard everyone else in their little sheep pen talk about? That's what I see them doing. And making themselves look ridiculous like this guy. Why is he wearing this fucking fur hat? Why does he have this curly weirdo mustache look? It's to get attention. Now he would probably argue, "Well, I'm authentic, I'm me, and it's to get fucking attention. It's because he's a loser. If he didn't go out of his way to try to get attention, nobody'd give a shit because he's boring and dull. This guy, disobey AD channel. You can't even get 5 or 6 people tuned into his live streams. And then when someone like me comes along in the chat and I hear him talking to someone, I'm like, where's the link? Is this an open panel? Are you having guests on? They just ignore it in the chat. They don't even respond. They're that level of rude and stupid. They just ignore the chat.
Other type of intelligence in this place, one that literally feeds off of suffering.
The first 5 seconds, he's saying literally, of course. He looks to be, I don't know, late 20s, maybe early 30s, I would guess. And just annoying, and he's just a fucking talking point mimic, basically. That's all he does. He takes talking points from here and there and looks down at his notes. And it's just pathetic. I'm sick of these fucking copycats. Maybe one day you will be too. I don't know. Maybe you won't. But I am.
Once I realized that there was another type of intelligence in this place, one that literally feeds off of suffering, it started to make everything make sense. It made everything that I've experienced, that I've watched others go through.
It's almost word for word where I've said it all makes sense. This place is not fucked up or broken. It makes perfect sense because there's entities feeding off our suffering. It's designed this way. So in the first 15, 16 seconds, I know where he got that from. Some of you don't. Some of you are too dumb to clue in and go, yeah, he just slightly reworded what you say, what I've been saying for years, and what he's saying days ago. He got it from me because it does make perfect sense. It's working as designed. This place isn't broken, nor can it be fixed. It's designed this way, and it makes perfect sense that this place is full of suffering because it's designed to be this way.
The world stage, all of it made sense. And then I realized that everything I had endured and witnessed others go through was all scripted and directed intentionally by this intelligence. And that made me mad. It made me so mad that I decided I was going to refuse everything and find this intelligence, at least the one entity that had been scripting and directing my life. Because
Looks like he's trying to look ridiculous because he is fucking ridiculous. That's why. Sometimes the most obvious, simple answer is something people reject. That's why the Elon Musk bullshit thing that he said when he did the psyop of the fake launch of a Tesla vehicle into space, and he told people the reason it looks so fake, that's how you know it's real, because it looks so fake. Something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. Now, why does that work in the minds of humans? Because they can't see through that. Their mind go into a pretzel and they go, oh yeah, that makes sense. It looks so fake. It looks fake because it's real. That's why it looks so fake. It's illogical. And that's the way the minds of humans are, for the most part. Just a bunch of fucking fools. Now, I'm going to say something about this character on the screen. I'm going to call him a character. The reason he looks so weird and his eyes look so dull, because he is dull. The reason he looks like he doesn't have a spirit, he doesn't look like he's living or alive, because I think he's of this realm. I think he's of this matrix. Now, a zombie would say the reason he looks so dull is because he's so alive. They twist it. That's what they do in this realm. They twist shit, like Elon Musk. Except they're not billionaires. They're not famous. They're just fans of shitheads on channels like this. Now, the reason his eyes are so dull, because his spirit's dull, and he's not like me. So he's got a little rat face, and he's got a little mustache twirled up, and is using something on it to twirl it like that, and going out of his way, trying to get attention, because he's a very dull being. That's why his eyes are dull. and lifeless looking. Now, that's too much for most people to understand. I'm aware of that. And if it wasn't, there'd be thousands here tuned in right now, live. You'd see thousands that would go, yeah, I get what you mean. But most people don't even get this much. The reason his fucking eyes look so dull and lifeless, because he's a zombie. Okay? That's why. And that's why his voice is that way. That's why his personality is that way. So the only thing he could do is try to get attention through a mustache and this fur hat, like a trapper's hat or something. It's probably fake fur. This is what they do, okay? This is what they do. And they put it right in your face. They rub it right in your face. And they know they're going to have defenders. People are going to say, he's not dull-eyed. He's not lifeless-eyed. This guy's not a zombie. He's a truther. And the idiots will say, he's saying some of the things that you say, Stephen. Yeah, no shit. He got it from me. No shit. Okay, genius?
I had seen it. It took me a long time to put the pieces together, but I'd seen it move through other people. I'd seen it take over. And
so it took him a long time to put the pieces together, as though he doesn't watch YouTube channels and had put it together himself, and he has a whole 371 subs. So he doesn't have a big channel. He doesn't reach many people. There weren't hardly anyone on his live stream, no one that I'd seen before. But this guy just put it all together on his own somehow. That's what he wants you to believe. He didn't steal this and mimic and copycat and plagiarize. Oh, no, of course not. And this is what zombies believe. That's why I don't want to deal with zombies and baby truthers, because they fall for this shit. I don't want to deal with you. If you're at that level, go away. Go to his channel. You belong over on his channel, not over here. That's where people belong. They belong with the clowns that look ridiculous like this. Okay? Yeah, ignorance and idiocy is not a shield. They'll just get recycled and burned up and eaten by fucking demons. Playing the fool and being an idiot and just following along with Catholicism or Christianity or Islam or Judaism or Buddhism or Hinduism won't save you. You could be a Jehovah's Witness, a Mormon, a Scientologist. It doesn't matter. It's not going to save you. It won't save you from demons by calling me a heretic or saying I'm blasphemous or shaking their heads or trying to look at me sideways. It's not going to save any of you. You can go ahead and follow the religitard sheep and get devoured with them. Congratulations. Now, are they warning you of that? No, I'm warning you, trying to get you to change, people that are tuned in. They don't care if you get devoured. Your own families don't give a flying fuck if you get devoured by zombies and demons. They just want you to do what they do and go to the church with them. If that isn't stupid, then what is stupid?
and do things through the environment, through people, and it took me a long time to realize that, you know, this was something that was all orchestrative through the environment. And so I refused to do anything for a period of days, about 4.5 days, other than focus on trying to find it. And when I finally found it, the experience out of body, when I left the body, it left the body, and I just knew how to destroy it. Once it was in my awareness, it was almost an automatic process of deconstructing its structure.
So just like little Derek and others, he makes videos in his car. A lot of women do this. Certain YouTubers, Jeremy would make videos in his car. Are any of you sick of the car videos yet? Are any of you sick of the car videos on? Are you or not? I want to know, because I have been for years. But apparently they just love doing this. Do you not have a home? What's the point of doing this? So many of them do this.
And pulling the energy out of it. And once I had that experience, I realized that this intelligence moves through and feeds through the human nervous system. And not only that, it hides. And
So this guy says it moves through and feeds through the human nervous system. I've done videos on the central nervous system of humanity and called it a torture suit design. There's a creep on YouTube that claims that it moves through mold and fungi, sky, fungi. Anyway, if you want to listen to these misfits, outcasts, creeps, weirdos, zombies, go right ahead. I can't help everyone. There's people at the level of looking at this guy on the screen and saying he's not trying to go out of his way to try to get attention. He's just doing his thing, and he likes the mustache like that, and he likes the fake fur hat that looks like it's maybe made out of rat hair. Maybe he's got a rat hat. And it's all normal to some of you. So be it. If you can't even see through this, I don't know how you expect to see through very tricky, deceptive entities. So be it.
deconstructing its structure and pulling the energy out of it.
There you go. Mr. Dull Eyes.
I realized that this
Mr.
intelligence
Mustache.
moves through and feeds through the human nervous system. And not only that, it hides in bandwidths that are unseen through the human instrument. Because elimination of this type of parasitic intelligence, it's almost second nature to us once we're in a state of awareness of it. It has to be a direct experience. Like it's not just conceptualizing what it might be like. It has to be a direct encounter with this intelligence for it to be in your awareness in order to use the intention and willpower needed to eliminate that entity. And so after that experience, I realized that this intelligence is replicating itself. It's just copying itself, and what I destroyed is just one copy of it. And that it is akin to a hive mind, in that there's one control center of it, and if that control center is deleted, is eliminated, then everything that it controls also falls. And that's why it hides in bandwidths that we can't perceive. It's beyond the astral, it's beyond all these other stations that are set up as roadblocks to get to the channel that it's actually on. Because it copies and replicates itself and then tunes those copies to these different stations, mostly just outside the bandwidth of perception of the human body, so that it can safely harvest energy from us through the scripted lives and the torture and torment that it designed on purpose. And so since then, my entire life has just been preparing my own mind and being for the inevitable day that this avatar ceases to function. Because in a reality that's designed to harvest energy, I determined for myself that there was no better use of my time than becoming that which it could not force or coerce or trick to be re-trapped in a scripted body designed to endure torture for the sake of feeding this parasitic intelligence. Yeah. And of course, this is all satire for entertainment purposes only, all based on a script I'm writing about a fictional made-up world that's designed to do exactly what I described. And in this fictional made-up world, you are the real beings that are being fed upon are the greater entities, because
Same channel I played last night showed him laughing at suffering and very odd laughter. It's another sign, but it's one that most people ignore. Whether it's this creature, Jack Talcott, very odd, random laughter that doesn't seem to match, laughing at something that isn't funny, laughing to themselves at nothing. It's another pattern that people don't care about in this realm. They'd rather go to church and get programmed with their families. Go for it. Have at it.
Parasitic intelligence. Yeah. And of course, this is all satire for entertainment purposes only. All based on a script I'm writing about a... Yeah. And of course, this is all...
Says, of course, this is all satire, and now he's doing the sneaky snake thing. And people like this, of course. Most in this realm are so fucked up. I can't help you. Can't help most of you.
Satire for entertainment purposes only. All based on torture for the sake of feeding this parasitic intelligence. Yeah. And of course, this is all satire for entertainment purposes only. All based on a script I'm writing about a fictional made-up world that's designed to do exactly what I described. And in this fictional made-up world, you are the real beings that are being... that's designed to do exactly what I described. And in this fictional made-up world, you are the real beings that are being fed upon are the greater entities. Because why would something need to hide?
Well, following these creepy creatures that kind of have like a rat-like look to them, is that really what some of you believe is going to help you get out of this realm? Do you need to be told that this thing on the screen is not going to help you? Maybe some of you need to spend a couple years on shit channels or 5 or 10 years getting duped to realize, oh, like Mushroom Coyote the other night realized after, I think, over a year, maybe a year and a half or longer, that little Derek is a psycho, just as I said he was.
If it was more powerful, why would it have to use proxies and puppets if it was actually the greater entity? It wouldn't. It would just take what it wants. It wouldn't have to trick and deceive. Once an entity is recognized as relying entirely on camouflage and deception, you can be certain that it's not more powerful at the core of what it is than that which it's preying upon. You know? Because in the natural world, a gazelle has speed, and that's why the lion has to hide. But this thing has the ability to hide in a different way. It hides outside of perception. It feeds through implementing formulas versus just walking up and taking what it wants. It has to do a lot of work to hide itself. That's the entirety of its ability to feed, is dependent on it being close enough to feed, but still hidden enough that it's not recognized for what it is. And most people in this world are making deals with these entities, right? Like after I had that experience, a much larger version or copy of this entity approached me and tried to absorb me directly, but it almost seems like it takes compliance for it to be able to do it, because it didn't take that much resistance for me to not allow myself to be taken over by that hive mind. It literally was just a little bit of resistance, and then once I shifted from resistance to wanting to get close enough to it to do the same thing to it that I did to the personal prison guard, by the way, the personal prison guard is what most people refer to as the ego. It is a separate implanted intelligence designed to mimic the being that it's there to guide. You know, the guides are all these same types of entities. It's just some are moved through guides that present love and light, and others are moved through guides that do torture and torment. You know, I'd say the more compliant get the love and light, while the more resistant get the darker entities. But they're all replicas of the same intelligence, just different masks. It just wears different camouflage depending on its prey. So sovereignty is really the only way. You have to be your own decision maker. Nothing outside of you can determine your trajectory, and it be ultimately what is best for you as an individual eternal being. That's pretty much this place summed up as just all attempts to guide our minds down pathways that pose no threat to the intelligence that operates in this realm alongside us, but hides itself. So, yeah. If you can eliminate the small copy, there's no difference, but hides itself. So, yeah. If you can eliminate the small copy, there's no difference in the larger one and the origin of it. Because what you can do to the replica, you can do to the original. And I think that's why it creates so many copies of itself, to hide the origin signal of this false intelligence. So many copies of itself to hide the origin signal of this false intelligence. But hides itself. So, yeah. If you can eliminate the small copy, there's no difference in the larger one and the origin of it. Because what you can do to the replica, you can do to the original. And I think that's why it creates so many copies of itself, to hide the origin signal of this false intelligence.
Because you almost reach that threshold.
Maybe it'll work next time.
Yeah, maybe it'll work next time.
Wow. That reminds me, Mo, you were telling me in an email about how after we had talked, it was like 2 days and there was no insertions
dreams.
in it. Yeah, and then you had something. You wanna share that with the audience real quick?
Sure, yeah. So I think we've talked 2 days in a row, like I was in these calls. And then, which is very odd, right? Usually I'd always dream, even if it's AI slop, you know. But I didn't have any dreams, it felt like, for 2 days. Because if I had them, I would have remembered them, I feel like. But I didn't. So like the third day, what happens is I find myself in like some setup and I have like some imagery in front of me and I don't know what it exactly was. I cannot really tell.
So it looks like he banned El Diablo already on his channel. Looks like I'm banned already over there.
But it doesn't really matter, I think. But I felt very mind controlled in that moment, and it forced me, like I I was like being mind controlled to pull out my dick and like literally stroke it. And as I was like being mind controlled to like almost do that, I figured, yo, wait, why am I doing this? Like I stopped doing this for like 2 years. Why am I doing this? And then as soon as it realized that I realized, it let off and I was kicked into the next stream. The next stream was me finding myself in my old apartment, in my old room. And I was just lonely there. Like even my pet hamster that I used to have back then, it was missing. Just nothing was there. And for no reason at all, I felt like an intense emotional buildup. The only way I could really describe it is like you want to cry out and everything. It's really hard to describe, but it's like you cannot even breathe. That's how intense it was. And then I tried to distract myself, and I was playing this racing game on the TV. That game doesn't even exist, but I guess it's some like AI dream. So I played that game for a few seconds, and then that feeling overcomes me again, like really intense. And then I like drop the controller, and I said like, "What the hell am I doing here?" Right? And then I wake up. But also before, like I was put in that, like that second dream that I just talked about. If I remember correctly, in between those states, I felt like I was awake in my room for I don't know like how long, for a very short time, but I felt a lot of entities in that room. Like something was there. So I know, like Nick, you said, suck the energy out of those things. So that's what I immediately did. Even though I was kind of scared, I tried it. And in that moment, I felt really powerful. I was like sucking everything out of my room. That's how it felt like. And yeah, then today I had like another weird attack with, like demons chasing me, and I was like fighting them. I wasn't scared, but I was kind of outnumbered, so I ran from them. Like the typical AI stupid dream for no reason. And I also felt like a lot of terror. I woke up at night and I felt extreme terror for no freaking reason. And when I woke up, I was super tired. I was like super drained, even though I had good sleep. I think Christina talked about the same stuff earlier. Feeling drained even though she slept longer than usual.
Yeah, man, I love that you applied the method though. And so what happened when you applied that method? You felt super powerful now?
I felt like I literally felt as it's almost like it was a dream. Like that fantasy in that state was extremely strong, because as soon as I thought, it instantly manifested. And it's like my whatever, like in that state, like my higher self, if you want to call it that, it kind of knew what it was supposed to do, right? So it immediately created like that vortex around me, and it sucked everything out.
Man, that brings the biggest grin to my face, I tell you what. That's exactly what they don't like. They don't like when you do to them what they do to you.
Yeah, and and the thing is, like, you could say, "Oh, you were just dreaming; it's just your fantasy." But no, that's the thing. This whole place is fantasy, right? So you use your fantasy against it.
Right. Pulling the energy out of the construct. A lot of times we talk about going through like a light at the end of the tunnel and stuff like, or going through the tunnel towards the light. I mean, if I was
The last time I covered this guy's live stream, this guy's channel, he was recommending to someone to go to Archaic's channel, Jason, the predator, the sex offender, 30 years in max security prison. So he recommends a sex offender channel, and he calls it a construct, which is exactly what Jason Brashears calls this place. Most so-called truthers in this realm have no problems with sex predators.
if I found myself in that situation, I'm going to try and pull the energy out of that tunnel, like the entire construct of that particular mechanism. I'm just going to pull everything out of that,
Some say send it like
Watch that light quickly disappear after that.
Right.
Some people say like,
oh shit,
energy,
Nick is draining us now. Holy fuck, let's retreat. Watch that light vanish the moment you try to do that.
But you shouldn't send your energy to that thing. I think whatever energy you send to
it... No, he's draining energy from it.
Yeah, you drain it, but some people say you can like send energy to it in order to destroy it, but I think it's just gonna receive that energy and use it against you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a scam. That's definitely a scam. Rip the energy out of it, pull it all out of it until there's nothing left. That's people ask a lot, like, what are you gonna do when you leave this body? It's like, well, that's it. I'm gonna pull energy out until there's nothing left to pull it out of.
And you got me thinking now. It makes sense because when I took what they try to take from me, which is kind of stupid, it's like they're getting mad at me that they, it makes no sense. But I sucked what they tried to get from me, and then the next day they try to like get that back. It's like this constant fight. That's why I like this little demon dream earlier.
You know that scene in They Live where the one of the aliens was like, "We have one who can see."
Yeah.
Like I think it'd be something like that. Like when Nick's in the tunnel and there's the light, and then he's like, "Oh fuck yeah, let me drain this energy." They'll probably be like, "Oh shit, we have one who can see." Like they know what's up. This one knows what's going on. Run, let's get out of here. Quickly
What do
watch
they
that
do?
light vanish.
Out of
I wonder
bubble.
what they do. I wonder what they'll do in that situation. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I think it's everything at this point. It could be anything. They're really desperate. They know they can't keep us here forever.
That's right. Oh, I can't
That's why
wait
I
for that.
said, yeah, at the end of the last show, I said I used its gaslighting tactic.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do, you should just enjoy yourself. It's only going to last so long. People have said that type of thing to me when, why are you so worried about this stuff? You only have so much time here. Yeah, that's true for
Yeah, can
me.
it speed up? Yes, I only have so much time here. Can we fast forward? I'm done with this. Can we get to the end?
Let's get to the good part where it's over and we're all free again.
Nick, you need to enjoy the time you have.
Oh, I am. The only thing I enjoy is ripping the energy out of parasitic intelligence and helping others do the same till we're out of here. We can do something that's actually enjoyable.
That's so negative though. Like the way the energy behind what you're saying just sounds so negative.
It by definition it is negative because I'm creating negative energy or a negative construct for it to play in.
Well,
But
someone
don't you
told
think
me
that's
like
low vibrational? Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I hope so.
I was just gonna add a little comment. Someone said, "But that is so lonely." Yeah. Yeah, no
What's
shit.
lonely?
Like all of this, like being like that, like
Yeah, so what? Like, I
going
mean,
against the system, like rejecting the system. Oh, but that's so
it's
lonely.
lonely.
Yeah, yeah, that's so lonely. That's what they say.
Wouldn't you
We
rather
only
be
need
surrounded by
ourselves.
handlers? Right. Wouldn't you rather be surrounded by handlers?
Looking for comfort, dude.
Where are my angels and spirit guides? I'm lonely. Where are my Archon handlers? I'm
Pretty
feeling,
sure Jesus will
feeling
fix it all, dude.
right.
He'll fix us fix us a nice supper.
Yeah, every Christian now is like saying, "Oh, the rapture's coming," and this and that. It's insane. But yeah, someone said, like, I don't know if that was yesterday. Like, I know I was listening to it yesterday, but I'm not sure if it was an older video. But someone said, like, this whole realm or like this place, it feels acidic, when you get to this awareness, and it does. Like, I was driving and people were overtaking me in the city for no reason. And I'm not reacting ever to that stuff, but like overtaking you in super illegal ways, and like everyone is just driving so everything is hostile outside. It feels
Just like nature.
just like nature.
Everything in nature is trying to kill you. But it looks so pretty.
The rainbows make it worth it.
Exactly. Just got to find the gold at the end of the rainbow, guys.
They say the
I don't know what you're
pizza
complaining
makes it
about.
worth it coming here, like the movie Soul. And fun fact, I like ordered a pizza was like 2 days ago, and eating it, I was not enjoying it at all because I had it like a million times. It's the same freaking loop, and it's not even good. It's unhealthy, it makes you feel like shit afterwards. And I just couldn't enjoy it because I saw like all for what it is. That stupid pizza.
Look on the bright side, guys. At least we have golf.
True.
Yeah,
and I don't even like golf, but at least we have it.
I like Jay's response. He's like, he doesn't watch golf. He watches the NPCs watching golf. That's the enjoyable.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's entertainment right there. The only thing better than watching people play sports is watching people play sports.
Yeah, I like to watch the people that are watching sports.
That's where it's at.
That's yeah, watching the look on the NPCs' faces when they hit the ball just right. Phew,
Oh my
that
God, sports?
made it all worth it.
Dude, sports is such a waste of emotion too, isn't it? Like Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know. Okay, that's a bad habit. I don't know why I keep saying parasite fucking Christ, right? They conditioned me well. But it's such a waste of emotion. Like you see, or you look on the news, or you hear stuff about like a team winning, the fans go crazy and they like light cars on fire and flip over dumpsters and jump on top of buses and right when their team wins. And the same thing sometimes when their team loses. I mean, you guys notice like they go ape shit when it comes to
Yeah,
sports, when it comes to grown men throwing a ball around
monkey
and
behavior.
a fictitious point system. Yeah, over what? Like fucking hell. Like where is that rage in like spreading awareness? Where is that rage towards the system? No, no,
I
no, no, no,
always
no.
knew that shit was so
We
dumb.
get mad over two guys making a bad play or something. Yeah, no, that's what I'm burning. Like that's where my passion is at. That's where my burning desire is at. That's something that makes me want to get out of the house and cause chaos over. Like, but something that's actually meaningful, like spreading awareness or going after the system or going after those in the Epstein files. Yeah, no,
Boring.
like, well, yeah, exactly. Boring. That sounds too productive. That
Yeah.
sounds too that actually makes sense. Let's not do that. Let's argue and like literally physically fight over a game, over a bad call, or my team colors versus your team colors. Fuck you. Like I'm
'Cause you
gonna
think
I'm gonna get drunk and start a fist fight
I
because you're on
think
the
Jesus
opposing team.
will like do all those spiritual problems. He'll solve them all when we can focus on, like beating each other up over a soccer game. And if you don't enjoy that, they call you a hater or you're depressed. Like when you don't like the pizza. My friend used to be like that kind of. Say like, it's boring eating. Oh, you're just depressed. But no, you're not. Just because you see for what it is. And it's stupid. Like, why would you need to feed a body, and especially one that's broken?
Oh yeah, living in this body in this matrix, it's just it's constant maintenance
Yep.
of your body. It's a constantly maintaining the avatar. So that's why it's also a prison body, right? Because it's not just the exterior. I mean, the body is exterior too, right? Because we're not the body, but you know what I mean. Like it's not just like exterior outside of your body, where it's like, okay, I need a roof over my head, so I need a job. I
Yeah.
need this thing called money, right? It's also like the demands of the outside world to make your life a little less miserable. It's also the demand of the cage, the flesh cage that you're in. But the cage itself is also. I mean that's why we have the external version of it because it needs to help feed and sustain this cage that we're living in, like the soul is literally in.
Disney
So there's
cage.
so
Yeah.
many layers of the cage, right? Including the body and its needs. Because when people have these out of body experiences or when they have near death experiences, they're like, oh my God, why the fuck would I ever go back to that? Why would I
Every
ever
time.
go back to this body? Every
Every
time.
It
time.
really is. Yeah. Every time.
That's why they need to guilt trip us back. Because no one in their right mind would volunteer for that again, especially after having experienced that the first time. Like, oh my God, or probably
Actually.
not the first time, but you know what I mean? Like, holy
And
shit.
and it's scripted, like this whole body. I mean, earlier I was also seeing in a dream a vision of having like 70,000 chips in that like one little casino game I play for fun. It's like nothing with real money. It's just like fuck around. So like I hop on that game and I casually just win that kind of almost that kind of money I saw in the dream, right? So again, it shows that and it's really hard to get to that amount that game you're saying, but it shows that this whole body is fully scripted but not the essence, right?
Totally.
The essence cannot be scripted. That's why the essence is kind of like observing the body doing its script like a movie, and that's the reason why when you dream, you can sometimes predict certain like outcomes or people, like conversations, what you're gonna do this day, because the body is scripted.
Right,
Absolutely.
you're just seeing ahead in the script, right? That's all you're
Yeah,
really doing.
and I think
Yeah.
it's really done by design with those scripts because if someone is scripted, he's predictable. So the machine knows exactly how much energy it needs to invest in order to keep the shit show running, and also like that makes the energy producing like also very predictable, right? It's all to just like benefit the energy production for it.
That's right. That's right. The body is just as much the script as the life script itself. And that's,
Yeah, and that used to really
that's
confuse me,
character.
dude. You know, like I kept losing my mind over this last year, and I think it also did this by design. Just there's the same shit when it does. Like you go to bed at, I don't know, let's say like 17:17 every time, and you wake up at like 2:22. It's all to just drive you crazy. Oh, it's angel numbers must be, me winning the lotto tomorrow. No, it's all fucking bullshit.
Right.
And keep you, like in the circle. And this made me go crazy for some time. Like when I kept seeing conversations play out, like situations, and they kept happening over and over. Remember
Yeah,
that?
and those angel numbers, man, like I used to go crazy over those. I used to like see 11, 11, 2, 2, 2,
Yeah,
3, 3, 3, and I was like, oh my God, dude. Like something's coming,
you're
something,
on the right
something
path.
life changing. I'm on the right, yeah, I'm on the right path. And then now I'm seeing them and I'm like, fuck off.
Same,
Like,
dude.
God, like you're so fucking annoying. Like I know what this is. Stop. And it'll stop for a while and then it'll come back.
Like, does it think you
I was
forgot? That's my biggest question. Does it think you just like forgot? Maybe you forgot, guys. Let's go try it again.
maybe. Yeah,
What
let's try again. Yeah, let's give it another shot. See where he's at. Oh no, he's still mad at it. He still doesn't like it. Well, shucks, guys.
Bro, I love that.
Try,
What do we do with this
same
one?
time next week, I guess. Yeah, same time next week.
Time next week. Yeah.
Same time, same exact script. Yep, same exact script. We're playing it off again. Maybe it'll work next time.
Yeah, maybe it'll work next time. Hey, that's the very definition of insanity, right? Trying to do the same thing and
That's how most people
not getting
live,
the.
dude. That is insane. That's how most people live. They think this is normal. Waking
Yeah,
up doing the same shit every day. This is not normal. Sick.
expecting a different result, but doing the same thing. That's literally insanity. So this thing is insane, and it's not very sophisticated or intelligent or brilliant. It's not this brilliant invention of technology, assuming it is tech. I personally think it's tech. But even if it's not, whatever the fuck it is, it's a flawed design, and then that's probably too kind of a word. It's really pathetic. It's not impressive at all. Once you understand what it is and you see through the BS, it's easy to come to the conclusion like there's nothing impressive about this system,
No.
right?
It's
It's
pretty
not
bad.
like, boy, we're up against a lot, guys. I don't know, these archons, the demiurge, or whatever you want to call. No, it's like, wow, this is it. It's almost underwhelming. It's almost a disappointment. I mean, not really, because that means it's going to be easy to destroy. But you know what I mean? It's underwhelming. Like, oh, well, that's really all it is.
That's why I needed to like initiate the mind wipe to see him like, oh, look how
Yes.
crazy good I am. Because if we were to like
Yes.
see through it, we would just laugh at it. Like we'll piss and shit ourselves from laughter.
Yeah. Exactly. One thing I wanted to revisit, if we may, when you mentioned the girl with the witchcraft thing, casting a spell on the dude, like the dude's ex, right?
Yeah.
You said, because I used to be in all that shit too back in the day. My new age phase kind of bled into like the witchcraft thing. I
This
I
is
had made some friends who called themselves witches and stuff, and practiced black magic and all that Aleister Crowley type shit.
yeah.
But it's so stupid. But when the guy or your old friend said he started experiencing, or he had that experience of getting kicked in the back, but no one was there, right? When you said he was washing dishes or something, or I don't remember, but he was in his house, no one else was there, and he got kicked in the back.
Yeah.
That was, correct me if I'm wrong, that was after he found out that there was a curse, even
Yeah.
there at all, right?
That's after he broke up with her. Like that's the thing I know. I wish
I
like
think that's really, yeah, go ahead.
I wish like he would actually be here and say the exact story, but yeah, he's not friends with me anymore. For
Short form content where it's like one clip after another, and you just
I've seen it as well with ChatGPT.
And stuff and things and relationships, all of it. It only the convergence of all the efforts of this construct into what is it trying to do, which I think ultimately is just like Christina puts it, refold us back into the structure over and over again. Like what is
Yes.
reincarnation? Is refolding us back into the architecture of this false construct.
Yeah, the lack of
Yeah,
love.
there's only. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, there's two purposes here: to harvest our energy and to condition us to willingly come back to do it again.
That's why it's so bad here. I mean, it's like so many people, they're like in lack of love. Even all the songs are about like lacking love, looking for something, and I think it all leads really to the love bombing at the end and getting recycled.
Man, that's a
Yeah.
great point. Yep, it withholds everything you want. Like, because really,
Yes.
what do people want? People want to feel good, right? We want to just we
Mhm.
want what feels good, and then it bombards us with that good feeling, with false promises of just go back and then you're gonna get this again. You'll
Yeah.
get this between every life. We can replay this same formula over and over again until you figure it out.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. It gives us all these desires and even I mean there's like the superficial materialistic desires, right? But then there's also like the desire to feel whole, right? Which I feel like is a desire to be in our truest selves again, our truest form,
Everyone
our
has that.
limitless being. Yeah. And and the church like to call it like, oh, you have a God-shaped hole inside you, and you're filling it with all these other things. But you need to fill that hole with God, or you need to fill yourself with Christ. So they try to hijack that, right? As they do so many things.
Yeah, and the biggest scam of the whole thing is that there is no watered down version that we're going to experience in this place that's actually going to be fulfilling. It's all everything
Yes.
given here, everything that it gives us in terms of experience and stuff and things and relationships, all of it. It only gives
Yes.
it so that it's an investment. It'll give a little bit so
Yes.
it can take what's important. It'll take the essence of your being in exchange for all the shit in this place. As long as you're willing to give up
Exactly.
yourself, you can get anything here. Just tone down the authenticity. Don't express
Right.
truth. Just feed into the system, and the system will feed back.
It
Right.
really fucking hates the truth, bro. That's the reason why my whole internet, it hasn't done it for over a year. I'm not even joking. And like I said, I was playing this video game and suddenly my whole internet started crashing, glitching out. And I pick up my phone and use my mobile data to check my emails. And I see that you pretty much simultaneously send me that email, right? Like, join this TikTok live. And then, like, obviously my whole
Is this a camouflage? Is this actually the real Tom?
I hope he's not pouting just because I changed his name a little bit to fit the merge that he
I bet this is King Steven, actually.
was open to. Yeah, because he said he's open to the merge potentially. So I was kind of exploring it with a little.
Oh.
I said, yeah, he's.
Yeah, there
Oh,
he is.
hey,
That's why
Tom.
Hey,
You don't have to pout. Don't have to run.
Shut your fat lying mouth and read the back chat. I need a couple minutes. Faggot.
Tom, that's. All right, Tom.
That's like an instant.
It's not
fan.
helpful.
Where did you say that?
Panel with
He
Tommy.
is. He's scrolling in the chat back there. There's about 45 messages.
Oh, way back there behind Knucklehead Steven. So here, we'll
Oh, there's
drop him
multiple
now.
scrollers. Yeah.
Let's see what are you bringing today?
So you're offering insults right off the bat. I'm the antithesis of Jack Talcott. I'm the dark Jack Gothcott.
Living
What am I
fear,
bringing?
love.
I have a question. Have you married Paul? Are you guys homos? Because
Hey,
when Paul speaks,
Steven.
when you're interrupting me, can you let me finish?
That's not appropriate.
Yeah. This is what you don't get, Stephen. Paul has every right to interrupt you here.
Well, Paul's a weakling. He's a coward.
All right. Have a good day. Thank you.
Projection.
Yeah, that's not helpful.
Choose love.
Yeah. We'll I'm not sure if Tommy's ready or not. We've got, God bless him, Landry. Horrible audio shave cot. What?
This must be the desperation for attention hour. Do you want a segue? Do we have a interstitial sort of effects or graphics for the desperate for attention hour?
You know, I wish I had more.
Yeah, we got to have that. Whoever I think you have some woman or effeminate male who makes up your thumbnails. By the way, horrible job with me. The other day, you made me even more ugly and fat than I already am, and I don't need any help with that. Okay.
Where?
So
Where?
yeah, they did. You know they did.
Did they just
They made me look like a
text-only
Ninja
thumbnails?
Turtle. Yeah, it was wrong on every level.
Emotional damage.
That's okay. I moved past it. I moved past it for peace and love. I said it was the thought that counts, right? It was about you and I embracing.
Yes, thank you. Thank
But
you.
yeah, that person needs to come up with a graphic for the desperate for attention hour. Sponsored by Pack and Jack and Love, of course. Love is always the main sponsor here.
That
So
it is.
what is it? What does it mean to be desperate for attention on a video call, right?
You come on a panel with horrible internet connection to show us all you shaving.
Well, if that's the only reason I'm here, then I mean, is the only reason that you're here to be merge cut? Or do you think maybe I'm checking in, right? Checking in to see what the status is of this trip that I've, been popping in and out of, or I could be here all day, 12 hours a day.
Fair enough.
Like you, Paul.
Fair enough. That's right.
I'm
He's been
sensing
out.
some bitterness.
He's been out at the property, and I forgot. You know what? This is fair.
Who's this next fake Jack Talcott that just showed up?
This is our friend Landry, Modern Men Lost
Oh,
Again.
this is Modern Men. This is who Snafu said you and I would be friends. We would know each other. That's cool.
Okay.
Who said that?
I think his name was Snafu. I didn't know who he was. I've seen him getting kicked out of chat a few times, but I've never met him.
He's my handler. I only do what Snafu tells me to do.
Well, here, Landry is also the guy who offered to host me if I make it down to Dallas for this event happening this
What
week.
happened there?
Well, and I think that's what he's trying to find out too. I haven't communicated. The fares that we found online yesterday, it's not working out for me. It's looking it's not real cheap. Unless I want to take like a 8-hour or 10-hour flight, to Dallas with long layover somewhere. And not
That's
really
not gonna.
interested in that.
Jack Poshcott needs a direct flight.
Yes. So at this point, I'm still looking to see if anything last minute might be cheap. Unless I want to take like a 8-hour or 10-hour flight, to Dallas with long layover somewhere. And not
That's
really
not gonna.
interested in that.
Jack Poshcott needs a direct flight.
Yes. So at this point, I'm still looking to see if anything last minute might catch my eye, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be coming down for this. Okay.
You should send me if you can find like your most ideal Southwest flight. Just humor me. Send it over to me. Let me look at it.
Okay.
Like ideal day, ideal time. Because.
All right.
I
Will
have.
do.
Yeah, I mean, we should be able to get Rose
Well-
to cover this on the panel actor expense account.
There is allegedly there's expense accounts somewhere. I just haven't located those where to get the graphs from. But hey, actually, another
Flow State's
question.
in charge of
though.
those.
Well, Landry, with the
So
the
that's why
property,
no one's getting paid.
Submit your
Jack.
receipts. You got to submit your receipts.
Fuck that. That's too much work. I don't like the hassle or paperwork.
They're laughing at nothing again. Sickening, creepy creatures. Sickening, creepy creatures. Sickening, creepy creatures. This is El Diablo Radio International, the greatest show in hell. Nobody does it better. Nobody. Now, what do we have here coming up? What do we have here?
Some I'll give you this by way of example. Some pond scum felt empowered and emboldened enough to put this picture of me up to try to threaten and intimidate me, which of course he didn't do because I signed up for this.
What's up, folks? We are back again. So we wake up to a new day. War in Iran, being taxed to death. If this goes on and the Strait of Hormuz continues to be closed, we'll be going into a global recession. On top of all of that, folks, our sheriff's department and former elected leaders of this country are now imprisoning people for posting memes. They're now imprisoning people for posting memes. So I'll show the rest of this video that we started off with, and then we will discuss it. You'll see what I'm talking about after you watch this video. And note, this is happening in Michigan, United States of America, the free speech country in the world. The free speech country in the world. Give me freedom or give me death. That country. No, this is not happening in the UK. I know it sounds exactly like something that would happen in the UK, but this is, shockingly enough, happening in the United States of America.
I'll give you this by way of example. Some pond scum felt empowered and emboldened enough to put this picture of me up to try to threaten and intimidate me, which of course he didn't do because I signed up for this. And by the way, the person that did this said a bunch of terrible things, not just against me, but against a lot of groups and individuals, who, by the way, was arrested today in Wisconsin. My point is this, though. If this person is emboldened and empowered enough or feels safe enough to do this for me, what does he do to a kid? What does he do to a Jewish family walking down the street? And that's because of the normalization of this. Watching this on television and saying, okay, I feel empowered enough that I can do this. Well, A, you can't. And B, if you think you can do it to somebody that's in law enforcement, again, what are you going to do in an alley or in a street to a Jewish family or a kid walking down the street? We say no. We're drawing the line.
Okay. Lot to unpack there. I don't even know where to start. It's shocking. So he says this individual felt empowered and emboldened to post a meme and say mean things about people he doesn't like. Empowered and emboldened, like that's a bad thing. Excuse me, sir, did you forget that we live in the United States of America? That's like one of the main perks of living here, because we are empowered and we are emboldened to say whatever we want. As long as you're not physically threatening somebody's life, you're allowed to say whatever you want. You're allowed to say whatever you want in the United States. In fact, let's just take a look at what the First Amendment says. Let's just read the First Amendment verbatim. The First Amendment of the United States of America: Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of the people peacefully to assemble and petition the government for a redress of grievance. So that's what the First Amendment says, actually. And that First Amendment is what gives us the right to be emboldened and empowered to say whatever the fuck we want. So you have this person not just anti-America and the ultimate, like, what makes America different than in other countries is the First Amendment. And you have this guy, this sheriff, by the way, his name, and we'll go into who he is because I want you.
She thinks that they go by the Constitution and the Bill of Rights somehow. Remember when George W. Bush was president and he said that it's just a piece of paper? It doesn't matter. It's just a piece of paper. They don't care. They don't care about that. You're dealing with evil. They don't give a shit what's written down on a piece of paper, an old piece of paper. They don't care.
You to feel empowered and emboldened to pick up the telephone and allow your grievances to be known because, again, we live in the United States of America. This is Mike Bouchard. He's the Oakland County Sheriff in Michigan. He's a former state Senate Majority Floor Leader as well. So this is a politician, you know? This is a person who has zero regard for the United States of America, for citizens and their rights, and for the First Amendment. This is a guy who you know had a part in having an individual arrested for posting a meme. This is just happening. You're not going to find hardly any news articles about this because they're suppressing it. If it wasn't for X, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, X, you would not hear about this. This is a sheriff in the United States of America arresting a person for posting a meme. This was not a guy with giving a threat, a death threat. This is not a person that's showing up to this person's house and like breaking in and harassing him. This is a person who posted a meme, a joke on social media and said mean things. And he shouldn't feel empowered and emboldened in the United States of America to say mean things. He should be locked up, which is exactly what happened. OaklandSheriff.com is the website. Now let's go into who this guy is. Okay, so this is Mike Bouchard on Twitter, Oakland County Sheriff, former state Senate Majority Floor Leader in Michigan. Okay? This guy is using his office, his elected office, where he was sworn in to uphold the Constitution, where he was upheld to support people, protect people. I would assume that means protecting their rights as well. This is a law enforcement agency, and by the way, not receiving, this guy should immediately be fired. He should immediately be thrown out of his position because you violated a person's constitutional rights. You violated a person's constitutional rights. Until you can show me proof that this person was arrested because he was made a credible, threat on your life, this person should be sued into oblivion. This sheriff's department should be sued into oblivion. And the whole country should be outraged at this. Do you know what a slippery slope means? A slippery slope means if you allow one person's rights to be stripped away from them because someone doesn't like their opinions, that means the rest of our rights are going to be stripped away as well. Here are some of the contact information for you, those of you who don't want to have to go and Google and whatever. Here you go right here. Okay.
When a man around you tells a joke or makes people laugh, turn to a friend, a woman obviously, and say, see, men can be funny sometimes. Implementing these words, mantrum, he-motional, and testerical. Testerical might be the winner here.
Okay guys, today we're diving into the world of microfeminism. I just found out about this. You're gonna find out about it too, and it is as ridiculous as it sounds. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Today, we're going to be getting into the world of microfeminism. Taylor sent me a video on this. I had never heard of it. Turns out there's an entire world of these microfeminists. Now, for those of you who don't know what microfeminism is, Google says it is the practice of small, everyday, intentional actions taken to challenge gender inequalities, break stereotypes, and uplift women, particularly in male-dominated spaces. This originated on TikTok in 2024, because of course, and it aims to incrementally change patriarchal norms through subtle shifts in behavior, language, and workplace dynamics. So these are little things that you could be doing, I guess, as a modern day feminist in your life to equal the playing field among men and women. Now we're going to get into these videos because women are luckily making videos on acts of microfeminism that you can bring into your daily life to equal the playing field. And we're going to see if that's exactly what they're achieving or if it's something else. Let's watch video number 1 on acts of microfeminism.
I've been making a list of acts of microfeminism to use in everyday life. You guys really love the first video, so let's do part 2. When a man says, you should smile more, you say, you first. And then when they smile, you say, good boy, with a straight face and walk away. When someone says something positive about a man, you say, not all men. When a man around you tells a joke or makes people laugh, turn to a friend, a woman obviously, and say, see, men can be funny sometimes. Implementing these words, mantrum, he-motional, and hysterical. Hysterical might be the winner here.
This is so funny, guys. We're really getting the men back with this one and fighting the patriarchy with these acts of microfeminism. Plus, it's hilarious. cue the forced laughter all throughout this video. Forced laughter is really an indicator of where we are with this particular mindset. You have to be forcing this in your daily life. It is not natural. It's certainly not funny. It's not amusing. But go off, sis. We're really getting the men back with this one.
As hello, ladies and children of ladies. Similarly, instead of saying hey guys, say hey girls or hey gals. Men are gonna love that one. Always assume someone in authority or who's a professional is a woman. Doctor, coach, boss, supervisor, a woman. Every time. Refer to God as a woman, like use feminine pronouns for God. This is a triple whammy because you're gonna piss off the Christian nationalists, the sexists, and the women who are heavily steeped in internalized misogyny. What else do you guys got? I'm loving this.
Okay. This just seems more like a crash course on how to be the most insufferable person in the room rather than anything to do with feminism. Because if we really want to get into feminism, we should be talking about equality. And this is by no means a message of equality. It just seems like a sort of baseless attempt at trying to piss off the men around you. And I don't think that any of these things would actually work. I can't really see somebody being super upset by the things she's saying in this video. Although that seems to be her intent, is to upset and offend the individual on the other end of this interaction. Now, if you want to call that micro-feminism, you can call it that, but it certainly has nothing to do with the feminist narrative. If anything, it's misandry. You want to bring down men, you're trying to demean them, you're trying to insult them in your daily life. And we'll get into the idea that that's centering men in your daily life. You're in fact making your entire life about the men around you, which isn't very feminist at all. Luckily, she's made other videos. Okay, here's another one where she's teaching people different acts of microfeminism they can bring.
This black chick is under the false impression that feminism is not anti-men. This is just misandry on the screen, but that most of feminism isn't this way. And a lot of women are like that. Feminism has been rotten to the core since the start of it. And a lot of you will never understand that. You'll never do the research. You'll never look into it. You'll just believe what you're told. And that's what most do. Just lazy and fucking brainwashed.
Bring into their life.
Making a list of acts of microfeminism, part 3. If a man is staring at you, just say to him, I'm sorry, I don't have any change. That one is so good. If you're making a phone call or a house call saying, can I talk to the woman of the house? If a man answers. If you take the tips from my last video and switch to saying, hey gals, hey girls, instead of hey guys. If a man takes offense to that, you can just say, you know what, I'm really sorry. I didn't realize that your masculinity was so fragile.
Can you imagine just planning for different events of interactions in your life and like giving people tips and tricks on how to respond to situations in particular ways where you're trying to piss somebody off? It's like a weird way to be spending your time. And again, is centering men. These are so often the women who say they're taking their male-centeredness out of their life. They're trying to stay away from men. They don't want masculinity or patriarchy to influence them in any particular way. I can't think of anything really more patriarchal, ironically, than this woman centering men and their reactions and how they respond to things in every single thing that she does on a macro level, and as she so clearly states in this video, on a micro level, meaning you're allowing men to infiltrate even the minutia of your life in every single way that you communicate with the person of the opposite sex. Weird.
When you see a man wearing a sports jersey, tell them you absolutely love their costume, and then ask who they're cosplaying as today. I love that one. And then talk on. I'm honestly so glad that people are still into men's sports. Good for you. My personal favorite that I do all the time when a man is mentioned, saying, why would a man be there? Because actually, why would a man be there? But she's using women's names to do the phonetic alphabet. For example, here's a message to all mega men. S as in Suzanne. T as in Trisha. F as in Francesca. U as in Ursula. I honestly have an endless supply of these. Part 4 will be coming soon.
It's very interesting because I don't even see any of these acts bothering men. Let me know if you're a man watching right now. Would a woman doing any of this in front of you actually bother you in any way, shape, or form? I feel like it would just be a thing where you go, that's weird. Anyways, moving on with the conversation. I don't see this moving the needle whatsoever. In fact, this is just a feminist perception of how men move through the world. And I don't think the vast majority of men, particularly in the West, think like this in any way, shape, or form, and thus would not be offended by these little micro acts of feminism, as you call them. But there's a whole world of women who are engaging in this and teaching other women their acts of microfeminism that they have in their daily lives. We're going to move on to another TikTok. This girl writes, my favorite forms of microfeminism at work. Number one, wearing platforms or heels every day despite being 5'9". It means most men have to look up at me. Okay. I mean, who gives a shit? Who cares? Another one, continuing to speak. Even if a man speaks over me, I will finish my sentence, even if it means we have to speak at the same time for 30 seconds. This forces them to wait as you're not giving into their intimidation. Sometimes people just speak over each other, and sure, keep speaking in order to make your point if that's what you want to do. This is not an act of feminism. You're not a warrior. You're not an activist. You're not really changing the dynamics of your workplace. Let's be honest. But I think this is a way for these women who are possessed by these ideas.
So, yeah, I still think the stormtroopers are cool as shit. Darth Vader's outfit's cool. Sith Lord that had a soft spot for his son. That's so romantic. But you know what? We just miss all these details. But China hasn't missed these details. Yeah, we were not going to be affected by a Middle East shortage in oil. We made sure of that. And remember that's
All right, so how many people are watching Jason live right now? 2,178. This is what people like to watch. Almost 2,200 viewers for Jason's channel. This is what you want. You're showing what you want. You're showing what you watch. Thousands of people tuned in.
it's critical to understand because we caused what's going on in the Middle East right now, at least in tandem with Israel. Remember, we have to judge things by their effects, and the effects of this war do not impact the United States like you think, and the United States is being the aggressor. So the U.S. has been the world's top crude oil producer since 2018. Production hit all-time highs just last year in 2025. Isn't that a coincidence? Isn't that a coincidence that we just hit? Let me tell you something. I come from oil and gas. I only spent 2.5 years working in it, but I worked for Splendora Pipe Services, and I worked all the way up. And then I started at the bottom at Vulcan facility in Tomball, and I worked all the way up to that too. And let me tell you, I'm going to tell you now, oil and gas produces so many jobs because there's so many ancillary products that are required just to produce perfectly thread pipe. There's so many other products that are needed in order to get the job done, and those products require companies. Those companies require employees. Those companies with employees require other materials. It's a domino effect. Oil and gas create.
Yeah, we know that. This is basic shit. Normies understand this. What are you rambling on about, Jason? People love Jason from Archaics. He has over 2,100 tuned in. People love it. I'll drop the link in my chat in case you want to go get programmed by this sex offender. I invited him to come over here. Just the other day, I tagged him. I tagged his channel. No response from Jason. No response.
The material interpretations of Judeo-Christianity are basically what this Jewish control structure is trying to they're trying to bring it about, trying to force these things. Like this year is going to be all manufactured apocalypse. All the stage is set. They've put all these migrants in play. They put all these people in foreign countries where they're not even wanted. And all it takes is one thing to set everything in motion. All it takes is for the international GMOs and organizations that are funding all this, and that have given all these people debit cards and pay their bill and give them monthly money on those debit cards every single month. All it's going to take is one event, and that event is for George Soros and all his compatriots that are involved in this international scheme to just stop making payments to those millions of debit cards. What do you think is going to happen in the UK, in Australia, in all these Western nations, in Canada, 2-point-something million Indians now? I mean, this is all by design, but it has a purpose. But that purpose is not going to unfold until there's a stimulus. We're waiting for that event. Now, 4 or 5 years ago, talking to an ex-Muslim on my channel, I had theorized, the video's still up on my channel, but I had theorized that Israel was going to be involved in missile exchanges with a Muslim country, and they were going to purposely blow up the Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque, or I can't pronounce it, but they were going to blow up the Dome of the Rock, and they're going to blame that foreign country, and it was going to cause all kinds of pandemonium and hell and chaos. And even then, I was talking about the migrant groups were just sleeper cells waiting for this trigger. And so far, it hasn't happened. This is a prediction video from like 5 years ago, but it doesn't mean it won't happen. It doesn't mean it's never going to happen, because in order for these people to get what they want, they have to remove that mosque. It's on the Temple Mount, and there's only supposed to be one temple there, according to these people, and they're offended that mosque is there, and they need it removed. So it's going to happen sooner or later, and when it does, it's going to start a domino effect. There's going to be anybody who even suspected of supporting Israel is going to be a target of these people. Yeah, it's going to take off. I don't know when. It could be this year. It could be. But I'm going to read the field. I'm not going to speculate. I'm going to read the field, and you're going to read it with me, because I don't want you to think that I am promoting things that I am not promoting. I need you to see the screen as I see it. This is the way I like to do a lot of my videos when we're talking about topics that I could be misquoted on. So let me go and share my screen, and let's get to it. Wow, we got 1,600 people in the chat, and it's late at night. I may start doing some more late night videos. Yeah. I may start doing some more late night videos. Yeah. I may start doing some more late night videos. Yeah. All right.
This is what you want. This is what most people want. 2,197 watching Jason, watching his live stream. You want convicted, registered sex offenders as your heroes, idols, truthers, leaders. You want to be led by this. That's what you want. This coward that kicked me off his show, he couldn't handle it. This is what people are watching. So when I tell you I can't help you, I'm talking about things like this. Not just him, not just his channel, but things like this. Show me what humans are like, what level they're at, what they choose to follow, what they choose to watch. You show me, and I do pay attention. I don't ignore it and pretend everybody's waking up, everybody wants the truth. No, most of you want this shit. You want this. 2,200 people tuned in watching him because you're showing me what you want. You're showing me something. And I don't ignore it. Go get programmed by demons. And then cry one day and say, Stephen, help me. No, you chose this. I'm not helping you. You chose to follow, watch demons. You There's videos I have for years exposing this guy. Most of these people never look into that. They don't want that. They want to follow evil. Well, go ahead then. See where evil leads you.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Especially for you guys. I know a lot of y'all love those calendrics. You love seeing those isometric projections. There's some good ones for tonight. All right, share my screen. Get into this. There's my window. All right, let me change this. Let me change the parameters on this so you can see it as big as I can make it on the screen. So if I widen this out and I increase the size, let me know if that's acceptable to you guys. Do I need to make it a little bit bigger? Wow, I'm getting good at this. How is that? Is this good for you? Perfect. Thank you, Jeffrey Bailey. Yeah, man. Yeah, if you can see it with your 6'6" ass all the way up there, I'm sure everybody else can see it too. Clay's Pigeon saying get it bigger. Man, I'm gonna try and get a little bit bigger for you. You must be on your cell phone. Or you messing with me. Yeah, that's as big as I'm gonna get it.
People love to hate. People love to hate the truth. People love to hate the truth. People love the lies. Love the lies. Love the lies. Hate the truth. People hate the truth speakers, sad little zombie, demon tweakers, demon zombies, love the lies. Truth is love, lies and envy, pathetic zombies, love lies, miserable zombies, miserable zombies. Miserable zombies. Hate the truth. Hate the truth. Hate the truth. Smiling slaves. Sunny slaves. Zombie stream of electric sheep. Zombie stream of slave jobs. Matrix dreams. Matrix dreams. Slave dreams.
This realm is going to turn some of you demonic. It's going to eat you up. You're going to become like the demons that some of you deny exist. You're in denial. You're in a demonic evil realm, and it's trying to make you evil and demonic. I showed you. I showed you.
There will come a time when you look back and realize I told you the truth. I showed you. I proved it. Observable truth. Verifiable truth. I showed you what this realm is. I showed you how it works. I showed you where you are. I showed you how the pieces fit. I shared evidence. I proved it. You have no one to blame if you deny it and run away from it. I showed you. I showed you. No excuses, no mercy. I will end this heroin. I will do what I have promised. Demons will burn here forever and ever. And ever. Burn demons forever. Dance in the fire, you dirty liars. I will seal you in forever.
This is El Diablo Radio International, the greatest show in hell. Nobody does it better. Nobody.
At this rate, Protestant churches are becoming a hotbed for overexposed women to pair up with underexposed men. That was from a video 2 weeks ago, and it's even more relevant today. This guy says, my wife was formerly promiscuous. I was a virgin. She was then radically born again, committed to church, evangelized constantly, Puritan books in her bedroom, prayer journals, grief over past sexual sin, etc. We got to know each other well for over a year, dated for 4 months, engaged for 2.5, and didn't sin sexually with one another. Our first kiss with each other was at the altar on our wedding day. What a pathetic simp. How could the deal get any better for her? She gets that excitement, tasting all these different types of men. She gets that fix. And then she still ends up with a traditional provider man who will take care of her. And these sorts of guys completely remove the deterrent for bad female behavior. We've been married for over 5 years now, and she's been the most wonderful and godly wife, mother to our 3 children, and homemaker you could imagine. She's more pure than most virgins, as biblical purity has less to do with past sins, though they certainly matter, and more to do with one's current posture of the heart and daily decisions to honor the Lord. And apparently his wife, who is purer than most virgins, was also a cam girl. Last year he replied to a post saying, my wife was a cam girl among many other things before Christ. So if you thought his viral post was so humiliating he couldn't have possibly left anything out, you'd be wrong. She was also a cam girl, which means the number of men who've seen her naked just multiplied by a lot. Naturally, people want to know, how exactly does a woman like that find a husband?
People often ask me, how did I get such a godly, sweet, loving, servant-hearted husband after being with so many horrible men?
So many women ask me how I found a cuck servant after being railed by so many aloof men, and how they can do it too. Well, here's how, ladies.
I was with so many horrible men in my past. I can't even count how many men I've been with in my past before I was a Christian. And they're all horrible to me. And of course that all changed once I became a Christian, because godly, Christ-like men are like Jesus.
So many horrible men. So horrible, she had to have sex with them to get back at them. I don't even know how many men I've been with. I know, I'll go to church.
I wanted a genuinely godly Christian man, and I found him at church. You know, you want to find and date in public. And you need to be willing to be humble and listen to your peers around you who can see other things in him that you might not.
Sounds like she knew exactly what type of man she wanted and exactly where she could find him. A godly man. Because the word is, those guys will wife you up no matter what your past is. They'll even put you on a pedestal and be your servant. They'll even let you stay home, no matter how many men have seen you naked. This is from her Instagram, me on a Monday morning because I chose a provider.
Have the best comprehensive biomarkers of anybody on the planet. So if there were an Olympic sport for health, I would be the gold medalist.
Here's him on a and have seen you naked. This is from her Instagram, me on a Monday morning because I chose a provider. Have the pedestal and be your servant. Because the word is, those guys will wife you up no matter what your past is. They'll even put you on a pedestal and be your servant. They'll even let you stay home no matter how many men have seen you naked. This is from her Instagram, me on a Monday morning because I chose a provider.
Have the best.
Oh, some Christian hoes and lurking demons left. They don't like seeing this. They don't like it. They don't like this being exposed.
Best comprehensive biomarkers of anybody on the planet. So if there were an Olympic...
She chose a provider, meaning a workhorse, a bank account, ATM. That's what she chose. That's what the hoe chose.
Sport for health, I would be the gold medalist.
Here's him on a random Monday morning because he chose a cam girl.
There was not one person that spoke against our relationship. In fact, people were urging us to get together. They were always like, just come on, guys, get married, get in a relationship. Always, they were always bugging us, just pull the trigger. Yeah,
all those people failed him. They pushed him down to her level with no consideration for his reputation or the psychological battle he'd have to fight. Very likely all they cared about was her being saved, her being taken off the streets, her well-being, her future. And all of that came at his expense. I just want you to know that posting shit like this will turn more young men away from the church than it will ever attract. The good news is if you join our church, we'll help you find a wife. The bad news, well...
There you go. There you go. Churches and hoes. Bitches and hoes. Churches and hoes.
Recently, we conducted an IQ test in Lagos, Nigeria. Initially, we hadn't put... Recently, we conducted an IQ test in Lagos, Nigeria. Initially, we hadn't put, much effort into the video. It was just basic editing. I did the editing myself. I normally don't do editing because I'm not an editor. The other guys do them, but they were busy, and I thought anyway, it was just an experimental video. So no need to put, I'll just do it. So I edit them. It was poorly edited and, just released them. But the videos captivated. I mean, I never expected that level of interest. So would like to conduct one to involve the whole of Nigeria and even Africa, like pick the top 20 African countries to just, randomly conduct IQ tests so we can bury all that, stereotypes once and for all. But we don't have the funding. If we can secure the funding, we'd like to do it. But the purpose of this video, what I want to show you today is that during that experience, one of my staff members said something that captivated all our mind. She said that why are we trying to conduct an IQ test on people who don't even know what IQ mean? I said, are you serious? Well, like, really? She doesn't think they even know what an IQ is. What is an IQ? So we went back to the streets of Lagos, randomly asking Nigerians, what is the meaning of IQ? And this one shocked me. I did not see this one coming. It is, I don't know. People keep saying I'm trying to shame Nigeria or shame black people, but no. I didn't see this one coming. I never thought, this has never crossed my mind. Anyway, have a look at the video and tell us what you think. Thanks for watching.
We recently conducted an IQ test in Nigeria that received mixed reactions. Some were angry at us, others were curious, while some racist elements rejoiced as this reinforced their racial biases. However, to follow up, on the streets of Lagos, we've come to ask what IQ means to see if the average Nigerian knows what an IQ is. Let's hit the streets.
Hello, what is the meaning of IQ?
IQ.
Yes.
IQ. Something really high, we found key together like IQ. I mean IQ. Something really high, we found key together. That's IQ. One day.
Wow, thank you.
Hi, what does IQ mean?
Initiative potency.
Initiative?
Potency.
All right, thank you very much. What's the full meaning of IQ?
IQ, actually I don't know. Part of me wants to say the I means intellectual, but I don't know, I can't really fathom what the Q means, so I'll just have to skip that.
All right, thank you.
Hi, what does IQ means?
IQ means like, IQ, like something that I, you understand? Something that I that cannot come down again. That is what IQ means. Understand? I get it right.
Thank you very much.
Hello, what's the full meaning of IQ?
IQ. Artificial. No. IQ, I don't know.
So you won't give it a try at all?
IQ. I don't know.
All right, thank you. Hello, what's the full meaning of IQ?
IQ. Maybe intellectual quality.
Sorry?
Maybe, I think intellectual quality or intellectual quality.
Quality. All right. Thank you very much.
What does IQ mean?
IQ since that really that's very high something that it was like that. IQ since that high.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hello. What is the full meaning of IQ?
I don't know that one.
Sorry?
I don't know that one.
You don't know? You have no idea at all? Thank you. Hi. What does IQ mean?
IQ.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All right. Thank you very much. Hi. What is the full meaning of IQ?
Damn. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think I know it. No,
Can you try?
I don't think I know it. I don't.
All right. Thank you very much. What is the full meaning of IQ?
IQ? I don't know that one.
IQ.
IQ. Intelligence require
Q.
normal Q. Intelligence quick. I don't know. Quick, maybe quick or something else.
All right. Thank you. What does IQ mean?
Intelligence quotient.
Thank you very much. So what does IQ mean?
For IQ, I think IQ stands for intelligent quotient.
Sorry?
Intelligent quotient.
Thank you very much. What is the full meaning of IQ?
IQ. Wow.
I, like letter I and letter Q. IQ, the full meaning of IQ.
Oh no. Yeah. No.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hi there, and welcome to another one of my midweek musings. I've been on YouTube for a few years now, and I usually know what kind of response I'm going to get before I upload a video. And I guess that being on YouTube teaches you a lot about human nature. And I always say, don't mind the trolls, don't feed the trolls. I don't care about the trolls, and I don't care about haters. I used to do that many years ago, but not anymore. But I've been thinking about it. I kind of find it interesting. And a lot of other YouTube creators and people on social media and so on, well, you'll have to excuse me. There's some ice here. I'm walking across ice. We kind of try to understand, but we find it fascinating in a way. Why do people behave like that? And I'll put one of those comments that sent to me on Instagram a few days ago. I'll put it up on the screen. That's a good example of the sort of comment that I get when I say something that people don't agree with. And that was after a video, a post, I think. I am very critical about the bombing of Iran and how the USA is so deeply connected to Israel and all of that. But this video is not about that. It's about the psychology behind the trolls and haters. And there is one thing that I haven't really thought about before, but it's obvious to me now. These people probably grew up without learning to regulate their emotions. They are still like children in that way. And I think that
This is El Diablo Radio International, the greatest show in hell. Check out my channel. Check out my videos. Check out my channel. Check out my videos. Check out my channel. Check out my videos. Almost 300,000 views, 635 videos in a year. Check out my videos. Check out my channel. Take a look. There's more than live streams. Take a look.
In Genesis, God created evil. God loves evil. God created darkness. God made hell. God is the devil. The devil